Hey everybody, happy Tuesday. I'm Shannon Sommerville and welcome to the On Deck podcast presented by Linestar. Tyler Wiemann will be joining us shortly to go over some daily fantasy projections as well as some prop bets. But first things first, here is your weather report for Tuesday in MLB action. Taking a look at the Mets game at Philly, 69 degrees there, 1% chance of rain, light 5-mile-an-hour winds blowing in from left to right field. Blue Jays at Yankees, Yankee Stadium, 67 degrees, 0% chance of rain, 6-mile-an-hour winds from right to center. Good conditions there. Brewers at Orioles, Oriole Park at Camden Yard. Remember, they did move those fences back about 26 feet, so it's not as optimal for home runs as in years past, so keep that in mind. 73 degrees, 7% chance of rain there, light winds, 4-mile-an-hour winds from left towards the first baseline. And Marlins at Angels, 7:07 first pitch, 69 degrees, 0% chance of rain and winds out to right, 19 miles an hour. Nationals at Braves, Truist Park, 78 degrees, 6% chance of rain with 10-mile-an-hour winds blowing in from right. Dodgers at Twins, 7:40. Keep an eye on this one as it will likely be rained out. 50 degrees, 34% chance of rain at first pitch, but the chances of rain only increase from there. 12-mile-an-hour winds blowing in from center, so keep an eye on that matchup as it is likely to be postponed. And Kansas City Royals at St. Louis, 76 degrees, 4% chance of rain, 20-mile-an-hour winds from right to left. Padres at Giants, that's been windy, 50 degrees, 0% chance of rain. It'll be windy again tonight. Winds out to center at 20 miles an hour. Welcoming in now Tyler Wiemann to talk a little daily fantasy baseball projections for today. A lot of great pitching options to choose from. Yu Darvish is on the hill today. Can't wait to see what he's got after a pretty good start for him. Probably pretty highly owned, I imagine.
He is. He looks like he is the highest owned pitcher on the slate tonight, but for good reason, right?
Yeah.
There's a combined K rate of 25%. In his first start, he did go 92 pitches, too, so he should be fully stretched out. And this game has the lowest total of the night.
There you go. And who else is pretty high owned tonight? Haney's also pretty highly owned, it looks like.
Yeah, so Haney is another guy we wanted to highlight. It looks like he will be around 30% owned. The good with him is there's a combined K rate of 23%. He has a low walk rate. And then Minnesota has a low .33 WOBA versus lefties. Now the bad. Haney is an inconsistent pitcher. He had a 6.43 ERA and a 5.38 FIP over the last 20 starts. And there's a high 9.5 run total in this game.
So a little inconsistency is what you're getting out of him as opposed to Yu Darvish. Now, maybe who's another one that's highly owned that you're looking at as well?
Next guy that we were looking at is Eric Lauer, who's, again, right around 30% owned. He actually has a great matchup. The combined K rate is 27%, which is on the higher end for this slate. And versus lefties, there's a 0.294 WOBA. And then he also has a 3.5 ERA over his last 20 starts. So all in all, looks like he's in a good spot, right, and he's pitched well.
All right, so those are your higher-owned pitchers for today. Let's talk about some lower-owned ones where you might be able to kind of find some value today. So the first one you wanted to look at was Garcia, 5% owned.
Yes, I might be on a little bit of an island today with the low-owned pitchers. I do like Garcia. I like Luzardo. Both are super low-owned. So let's start with Garcia. Garcia has a 4.0 FIP over the last 20 starts, a combined K rate of 25%, and he's in a great matchup. He's versus Arizona, who in the first two games almost gave up 2 no-hitters. Had it not been the first game of the season, the Padres manager probably would have let the 2 starters go on, and we could have potentially seen no-hitters.
Interesting note there. I was looking up, just out of curiosity, which team has the lowest batting average right now, and sure enough, it was the Diamondbacks.
Absolutely. They haven't been able to hit. Maybe it was Padres' good pitching, but Garcia's another good pitcher. So they could easily continue that. The bad with Garcia, he has a 3.6. He does 3.6 walks per 9. So he needs to keep his command in check, especially because he's probably only going to go to about 70 pitches today.
And next up, in 5% owned, you were mentioning Luzardo. What do you like about him and his matchup?
So there's a couple things. His combined K rate is high. It's at 25%. He went 61 pitches in his last spring start, so he should be able to be almost fully stretched out. I would expect around 80 pitches, maybe a little bit more. And the Angels have a low .328 WOBA versus Luzardo. The bad with him is he's also another pitcher that suffers with walks. So 4.9 walks per 9 for Luzardo. So with both those two pitchers, command is going to be the issue.
Okay. Patrick Sandoval, 10% owned, a little more owned than the other two. So maybe not as much of an island.
Yes.
5% less of an island on that one. What do you like about Sandoval?
Sandoval has been a great pitcher. Last year, he had a 3.48 ERA. The Angels are favorites. They're minus 145 favorites. He also has a combined 25% K rate, and Miami has a .306 WOBA over the last 20 games versus lefties.
Of course, I've got to ask about Yankees matchup tonight. Nestor Cortez. What do we think about this matchup, and is he a potential for daily fantasy?
So he is. I do think there's some pretty high upside with Cortez. Cortez has the highest combined K rate on the slate, but he has that Toronto offense, which, as
that is
you know,
the scariest lineup. I mean, is that the best offense right now? They're just
a
lot of firepower that scares me as a Yankees fan looking at that Blue Jays lineup.
Absolutely.
I'm sure Cortez has the same reaction, maybe? If you're a pitcher?
He probably does. So if Cortez can be efficient and get through some outs, like he does have some upside, and he's going to be extremely low owned because nobody wants to go against that Toronto lineup.
And another one is Bryce Elder.
Yes, Bryce.
Getting the call up for this one, right?
Exactly. So he just got called up. He is a AAA pitcher last season, 27% K rate in the minors. And then also over spring, he went 7.2 innings without allowing a hit. So he definitely has talent. He's in a decent matchup. He's also the bare minimum prices on FanDuel and DraftKings.
Welcome to the big leagues, kid. You get to face Juan Soto in your first. Have fun with that.
Yeah, good luck.
Good luck with that. All right, let's talk about some stack options for today. If you are looking to stack some players against maybe some of the pitchers we talked about, what are you going with?
Absolutely. So the top stacks that looked like the highest owned today are Texas and Atlanta. So first, let's talk about Texas versus Chad Kuhl. There's 5 players, Simeon, Seager, Garver, Garcia, Calhoun, who all have over a .238 ISO versus righties. So obviously that's something that we want to take notice of, as hitting the ball hard also turns into home runs and extra base hits. Mm-hmm. Next, we have Corbin versus the Braves. Atlanta has hit Corbin very hard, and in 21 plate attempts, Albies is hitting .450. Ozuna is hitting .33 in 13 plate attempts, and Corbin's splits are much worse versus righties. Atlanta has a ton of righties. So it's definitely
a matchup, yeah, to exploit. In fact, I am exploiting that I played the Beat the Streak every day, picking one guy to get a hit. And today, Albies is my guy. So I hope you're right on that.
We might
projection.
We might hear more about Albies later.
Okay. Let's take a look now at some low-owned stacks. Where are you going for some value here?
All right. Well, let's start off with the Dodgers, who the game may get rained out, but it's probably a good thing to bring up. The Dodgers hitters crush righties, and Freeman and Bellinger both have very good BVP versus them. Because of that reason, I think we need to bring it up, and if they play, I'm all in on them.
Right, yeah, we talked about the weather. Maybe some bad weather there, but some good weather. St. Louis, what do you think about that matchup?
Absolutely. St. Louis and Kansas City is absolutely the best hitting weather on the slate. There's 20-mile-an-hour winds going out to left field. Because of that, I really do like St. Louis. One, Lynch gives up hard hits to righties, which happens to go to left field a lot. They also have 6 hitters with over a 200 ISO versus a lefty, and their lineup is going to be just full of right-handed hitters today.
And lastly, I saw on your list, I like this one, Yankees. Do they have a favorable matchup today?
Yankees are in a great spot. Kikuchi isn't a terrible pitcher. However, he can give up some power to right-handed hitters. So Stanton, Judge, LeMahieu, Donaldson, Torres are all in interesting spots. And then Gallo, who is a lefty, actually has great BVP numbers versus Kikuchi as well.
Well, I'm definitely going to take that philosophy and run with it. For our next bet here is the home run calls. Who's going to go yard? And we're just going to play off your train of thought there. And I'm going to say Aaron Judge goes yard. We got that righty-lefty matchup, and it's at Yankee Stadium. He's playing for his money. You got to get that contract. Let's go. Aaron Judge, all rise.
Not only that, she's been talking about going an Oppo Taco home run.
It's Taco Tuesday. Give me an Oppo Taco for Judge.
She wants to go all the way in with not only a home run, an opposite field home run. I love the confidence.
We'll just take a home run, but an opposite field one would just be awesome on this Taco Tuesday.
Okay, how about this? I will wear a Judge jersey if he gets
Oppo Taco.
Yeah.
Count it. Let's do it. We're going there today. Who's your home run call for the day?
All right, my home run call, I am going back to St. Louis. Again, great hitting weather, and we're going with one of the hottest hitters in baseball, Nolan Arenado, who is hitting .500 this year and already has 2 home runs, so let's make it 3 tonight.
Yeah, he's crushing. I think the best batting average right now, right?
It is
up
there.
Up there, definitely. All right, let's take a look at our prop bets because we have been absolutely crushing the prop bets recently. You got yours yesterday. I got mine as well. Matt Olson delivered for you. Brandon Belt, the giraffe, delivered for me. So today, I'm going to keep it with the Yankees. Aaron Judge goes over 1.5 bases. That's at plus 120. Again, just a really favorable matchup for him, and hopefully he goes Oppo Tacos so that you can see this Padres fan in a nice Aaron Judge jersey here on the On Deck podcast. We're going to see it. I think so.
I hope so for you. I hope I don't have to wear a Judge jersey. But we also do want to give some merch out to more Linestar members and fans. So my prop bet today, we are going back to Atlanta. We teased it earlier. Ozzy Albies, over 1.5 bases. It's minus 120. He has great BVP numbers. Let's ride that and let's make some more money.
Well, good luck to you in all your daily fantasy matchups. Remember, you can get all the information at Linestar and download the Linestar app from the App Store. And be sure to follow us on Twitter all day. We'll be telling you our prop bets, maybe some other matchups that we like. So be sure to follow along there as well. And good luck to you, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you. Have a good one.